Looks like a really cool city, very modern and then old-fashioned at the same time. Everybody looks very preppy. Everybody looks well dressed. Cool. I don't know what else to say other than there's no parking. Cab stand. There's no
Now your
parking.
destination is on the right.
So there's no parking. No free parking anywhere. Huh. Well. Except commercial vehicles. Tows on street cleaning. Handicap. This is a challenging thing to find some parking around here. Except commercial vehicles. How about here? What's happening here? No tow zone, no. How much is the public parking though? Garage at Post Office Square. Do not enter. I think you should give that parking a chance. Everybody looks super preppy. Everybody well dressed. I'm gonna look odd around here. I don't care. I think I look odd for the most part everywhere. Banco Santander. People crossing. You guys crossing? Cross. Ready, Freddy, go. So no here, not there. No anywhere. It's a big no, uppercase no. Let's try that public parking lot and see how much it is. I'm hesitant. Yeah. I'm starting to believe. Well, much better than what happened in Washington. Or maybe not that good. So, please take ticket. How much? 9 for an hour. $9 for an hour. Or less. And I cannot get out of here now. Well done, Andresito. Well done.
Take the parking ticket or present credit card. Please take the parking ticket. Please enter following the guidance.
Damn it. handicapped. I have half an hour to see around. Parking. Where is the parking? So first and second floor are full. There's 4 spaces on third. And I'm being charged regardless. That's awesome. So first and second are full. Is there a way to save some time? Of course. Should be 4 spaces here somewhere. This is like a game of Sudoku. Doubt they'll be close to the elevator, but you never know. Always want to give it a chance. It's a bunch of electric car stations. Should be more though. But glad to see there's a good chunk. Alright, there should be more spaces here. Let's go nearby the elevator, which should be there. And then I guess everybody's here working, right? Everybody's back to the office. And that's the reason this is the way it is. But I'm wasting my half an hour. Come on, peeps. Tell me you're leaving. Tell me you're leaving. Tell me you're leaving. Maybe you're not living there, but oh, there's one here. Small cars only. This is a small car, smaller than Lincoln. Oh, because of this, of the clearance. Yeah. I get it. It's not so much about the length, it's about the height. All right. I forgot to check the temperature. It didn't look that cold, but regardless, take your jacket, take the camera, go run. Run, Forrest! Run! Pay in the lobby before returning to your car. You have parked on level 3 at garage. At Post Office Square, 3F. Remind me, I park in 3F. Lobby. The music though, the music. Sure, I just So, welcome to Boston. A really quick overview of a city I've never been, so I hope I don't get lost and I end up paying a ton of money on parking. Let's go. It is chilly, that's why everybody looks so preppy, because it's cold. So, this is a dog park. Should have made some more research, I feel. Some dead faces. So there's something going on. People's faces are really sad. Ah, never mind. Mr. Pink. Morgan Stanley office right there. FedEx. Some familiar smell. Okay, left, right, up and down. Where should I go? So I'm right downtown. This park is called not only Chile, but it's also called something my map is not loading. Logan Square, Langham, the Langham. Okay, and then that way was a little bit of a climb. That way. Milk Street and the ducks, the water. Hey, there you go. Always follow the water and the sun. If you get lost in the jungle, that's what you do. You follow the water, you follow the sun. And for all intents and purposes, this is the jungle right now. And they charge very expensive parking. Nice little statue over there. This city is much better built than other cities that I've seen around states, including New York. I'm sorry. So far, right? Look at the pavement. Look at the quality of materials out. Look at how nice, neat those buildings look. Using brick. Very Bogota kind of like. They probably took the idea out of Bogota, Colombia, to use brick. I don't know, but more refined. Not so much about just piling floors on top of another until you reach the sky, but instead, it's kind of like a London kind of vibe. Taller London. Put 3-4 buildings, London-style buildings on top of each other, and then you get Boston. Feels like $68 for a haircut. That's why I'm like this. Everybody's face is like blank, no expression. So weird. St. Patty's today, when is this weekend? Ugh. Smells good. Something around here smells good. Of course, that's what smells good. A grill. people working, designing, creating, architects. All right, Coogan's Restaurant and Pub. This nice, pretty building over here. But the streets, we're back to New York. We're all messed up, but the buildings are nicer, more detailed. See, much more refined. Purpose with intention. They call it. It's a bunch of pubs. This must be a really fun city to be at night. Nightlife should be fun, but again, it depends with what you define fun. Nothing would beat a Medellin or a Cartagena or a Bogota. You may get robbed for sure, but it's more fun. We made it to the water.
Wait.
So the aquarium over there, New England Aquarium, a tavern. See, the buildings are just nicer looking, better finished. Forget my gloves. I don't have gloves. It's freezing. And it's not that cold. We're over 32, so it's not zero. Regardless, this dude is gonna kick my copyrights with that music. So this is the aquarium. I see a trolley, a touristic trolley over there. Check this out, early bird special, 25 bucks. Only 25 bucks to park in here. This is a pretty expensive city, my friends. My hands starting to hurt. I remember many years ago I was living in Illinois, northern suburbs, Arlington Heights to be more exact. And I forgot my gloves and I had to go clean the car, right? I had to go clean the snow so it could go work. And I forgot my gloves and regardless, I went and cleaned the car with the little broom, with the plastic thingy that you have to clean that stuff. I was focused, I was concentrated, I was on the task, and I did it. And when I realized my hands were frozen, my ears were frozen, so I went inside. Check these dolphins. I went inside and I opened the hot water. What a terrible mistake. Don't ever do that. You ever coming from cold, your hands or any part of your body is really cold and you dip them in hot water, That is a terrible, terrible mistake. It was painful for weeks after that. Like needles trying to escape out of the skin. This little finger was never the same after that. So there's the aquarium, and there's a ferry, and there's a public bathroom. But the one in Washington was more modern. There's a phone. When was the last time you saw a phone like this? It's probably gonna be the last. And I think I should be starting my way back. It's not that the parking is that expensive. No, not really. It's just that I'm not here for lunch or a work meeting or anything like that. And it's chilly, super cold. My hands starting to hurt, and I prefer to come back another day with better planning. So, these are the places where you can go on the ferry. You can go watch whales. Oh, that is so cool. You can go for whale watching. That is really cool.
So I'm sorry.
Time to go. Let's go. All right, so I'm in the third basement. I'm gonna call it floor. It's a basement, third basement down. I hope I can go back to that park, because otherwise, it's a bunch of gastropops. Doesn't surprise me at all, because what else do you do in these first floors? It is chilly. Provisions. Wait. See the touristic trolleys? Surface Road. Oh, there's a thingy. Wait. Boston Segwayters. I want to see the city from the comfort of electric. That's your spot. Johnson Controls. There's a bunch of companies out there that you never heard about, that if it wasn't because of a specific reason, because at some point in your life you ran into a weird situation, you wouldn't know that they even exist. That's one of them. Johnson stuff. They do elevators. They fix elevators. They repair, they maintain elevators. Oh, check it out, St. Patty. Oh gosh. Yeah, something You have to get stuck in a dark elevator at some point in your life to know about this type of companies. And if you want to know why I know, now you know. Sad market. This guy's jamming. So this is where the peoples come. This must be packed at night or in better weather. Good to see there's so much energy in the world, around the world. Even in a weather like this. That name. Should I go that way? Check it out. Good old-fashioned alleys. Eles falam português. Eles são brasileiros. O brasileiro trabalhando no irlandês, que eu surpresa. See the finish, see the details, see how cool that is. You never see me doing this type of things in Florida. No, that's not true. There's a couple of weeks every year that it does happen. Oh, there's the dude. Let's go. I need to make it to New Jersey today. Okay, so think I'm gonna make it to the parking before they charge me more. I don't know. Oh look, astrology shop. You're born in the northern hemisphere. You're born in June, July. It was hot. You're born in November, December, January. It was cold. You were born around March, April. There was pollen. You were born around October, September. There was dead leaves.
I think Stan likes coming about us every Saturday. I call him one.
And so much more. I mean, that's just very obvious things like one can use to determine certain details of personality. Okay, where's that park? Somehow it feels this house will take me to the park. How about that house? Cool, huh? Old statue house, old state house on Devonshire Street.
So, red brick building behind most of you just here is the old state house, 1713, where Britain rules from.
Suffolk University and a big building. Okay, where's the park? I'm cold. I'm done. Right, left, right.
We ate lunch outside of the office.
Not this one though. The other one, where is it? Okay, so this is a left. For some reason I got away too far. See the details of that building? That's what I'm talking about. And I think this is the little hill, the little climb I was looking. Yes! Coffee. Could use a coffee. I already had coffee today.
You're a lot less busy now. Kind of.
Milk Street Cafe. I don't think that lane is for you, buddy. I don't know the rules of this place. I don't know. Maybe. Rico. There are certain reasons. There are certain companies you would know nothing about if it wasn't because a very particular reason. Because of a anyway, we're here parking. I think they're gonna get me for 16 bucks. I think. I don't know why, but I got this God feeling. But you know what? Hopefully this video monetizes and hopefully pays for the parking and more. Yeah, there you go. That's the ping something, whatever. I don't know if it was a coincidence, but coming out, this is the way I took out. That's where you come out, and this is the way I took out. And all the people sitting on those benches, I don't know, maybe they were digesting their lunch at the time, but they look dead. Not dead like corpse, but more like dead zombie, like they're alive. Their spirit had left the building, and it was just the meat and the bones in there. Maybe all their blood was down the gut doing digestion, or I don't know, maybe it's the cold, but I don't know, but we're here. See how much I get to pay for parking. Oh no, I don't have it yet. Thank you though. Where is that ticket? No, where is that ticket? No, please no. Be right back. Alright. Cannot find a ticket, so they told me to drive up and go back to the booth. Yeah. That was $40.
Now turn right onto Milk Street.
That was $40. So we're back in the road, and we're an hour and 40 minutes away from New London. The New London Supercharger. Not sure if that's gonna be what state at this point, I'm not sure, but that's gonna be our fourth charger of the trip heading back to Florida. 1 hour 40 minutes, 99 miles. Let's go. So yeah, that was a pretty short visit of Boston, and it's amazing. The temperature already is 50 degrees. We got 50 degrees right now, heading down towards New York, New Jersey. I cannot believe that just this morning I was driving through places that was snow, that was just white on ice everywhere. I cannot believe that's the case, and now it's back to trees are still a little bit dead, but there's a little more life. There's a few more leaves, there's a few more green around, and there's no ice at all anywhere around here, and it's just a matter of a few hours drive. It's crazy. 1 hour 21 minutes, 85 miles to the next supercharger in New London. We're going to New London. Let's go. Moving through the traffic of Providence, Rhode Island, and it's stop and go kind of situation, kind of weird. Very weird. Temperature keeps rising. That is good. But traffic around Providence, Rhode Island, and check it out. Not the best at the moment. Maybe it's rush hour. Maybe we have Providence, Rhode Island. The rush hour is at 2:42 p.m. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we're 52 minutes away from a charger. That's still going to be the fourth charge of the ride, of the trip so far. We are 57 miles away, 52 minutes away from it. And then just it's an update. Welcome to Providence, Rhode Island. Looks great, looks nice, beautiful city. Fantastic, awesome. And that, my friends, was Rhode Island. There was the Rhode Island Visitor Center over on that side, which means we have left Massachusetts, Rhode Island. We entered and left, and we are heading down to, I should be better at these. Well, we're gonna go charge at New London. New London, that's 21 minutes away, 24 miles away. We are supposed to get there at 3:32 p.m. It's 3:11 right now. It's 51 degrees outside. I checked the tires and the pressure is back up. They're back to 42, so I'm thinking that now it's going to be the opposite as I keep going down. Once the temperature, wherever I am, where the temperature reaches more than 65, 70 degrees, I should probably take some air out of the tires, because at that point I'm thinking they'll be over 43, 44 psi. and as much as possible I should keep him at 42. But we'll see as the trip progresses. We'll keep an eye on that and everything else. Car still behaves wonderfully. I think I have this theory now about the way that computer, defines or decides how long to stay on each charger. Okay, so we all know, not everybody knows, but from what I've heard, these batteries, they're pretty good charging at the beginning. They get the 250 kilowatts right off connection. You plug them and boom, they shoot up to 250 right away. As the charging goes, as percentage charge goes up, that speed gets reduced from 250 to 200 to 150 to 100, and then towards the end, once you're reaching the higher numbers, 70, 80, 90, charge goes down to the 50s, even 40s, 50s. So given the case that the battery could charge the whole time at 250 kilowatts, every charge would be extremely fast. But that's not the case. Batteries get to charge real fast at the beginning, but then as they charge, the charge rate starts to slow down. Okay, so that's what I've heard about how these batteries work, and that's one of the reasons that when you want a full charge, it takes a little bit. It takes a while, 40 minutes, an hour to get a full charge on one of these cars. So, coming back to the original subject, why is it that the computer tells us to stay at a charger for just enough? Well, I think it does it because it's just gonna utilize the charge, the effective charge, the charge that we get at the beginning, the real fast charge, right? Is gonna get as much charge as possible, as quick as possible to get you back on the road. 9 minutes, 5, 9, 12 minutes in a charger. That's kind of like the average I've seen during this trip. 15 minutes in a charger. And if you think about it, that's about the length of a regular gasoline top up, right? Or filling up a tank, a 10 gallon, 12 gallon, 14 gallon tank. That's what it usually takes when you get to the pump, when you get out the car, open the thing, put the pump, and then start, and then out of it. It does take longer to drive an electric vehicle, at least this type of vehicle. It does take longer to travel with it, but the amount of stops that you make, I would debate that people driving gasoline cars, regular people driving gasoline cars, would make about the same amount of stops, just because it's just more comfortable. We're talking about a 1,600 mile trip, so it does make sense that every 150 miles you do stop and take a break. A little break, you stretch your legs, you do a little calisthenics. It just does make sense to do those things. So that's my theory, that on one end the technology is where it is, and on the other end they figured, hey, we gotta do this process as natural and as healthy as possible for the users. So since we get a really fast charge at the beginning and we can get the car going real fast, let's do that, and then that's going to allow us to get a bunch of stops in which people will be able to stop, take a break, stretch, and keep on going. That's That is my theory. Now, if you have a big car, if you have a fast car, a B8, a B12, that thing probably holds a 14, 16 gallon tank. And regardless, you're gonna only be making about 150, 200 miles per tank. So you're gonna have to make as many stops as we have on the electric vehicle. And if you think about it, one of those cars is probably as fast or maybe slower than one of these cars. You could only compare, or the only comparison that you get a way more efficient car for the ride, for the road trip usage would be a hybrid, a Prius, a Toyota Prius, or well, so many hybrids nowadays. You'll get the 1,600 mile trip done with only stopping maybe 4 or 5 times, which is about half, a little less than half of the amount of times we had to stop on this one. Fair comparison, maybe no, because this car is about the size of a RAV4, and the RAV4 only does maybe 35. The hybrid model only makes about 35, 40 miles per gallon. So yeah, it's a tricky question. Depends on the car you drive, depends on the comfort you have, depends on a big car, a Suburban, like that Suburban, is gonna make a ton of stops along the way, a lot of them. It's bigger than this car, sure, maybe not that much bigger than a Model X, than a Rivian. And they're gonna have to stop about the same amount of times. So I think technology is getting there, where it makes it very difficult to differentiate or prefer one system over another. And again, depends on your lifestyle and what you expect to have out of a car. So many variables. Anyway, 14 minutes, 14 miles away from supercharger in New London. Let's go! This is fun. So we are crossing the River Thames, in our way to New London. Oh, and this is Connecticut. We're in Connecticut now, and we're crossing the River Thames on our way to New London. Cannot make this up.
Now take exit 83 on the right.
Anyway, we are a minute away from the supercharger of New London, mate. We're gonna charge at New London, mate. And it's funny. Gotta cross the Thames to charge the supercharger. That is a horrible. I shouldn't even try. I don't have an English accent. I don't even if I try, it's gone. It's long gone. I don't have it. I didn't have it then. I don't have it now. But it is
In
funny.
1,000 feet, bear right.
In my opinion, it is funny. This side of the world, Connecticut, has a bunch of references to
Now bear right.
the old country. There we go. We made it. Superchargers on my left.
Now your destination is on the left.
And we'll see how long we're gonna stay here for. Alright, like the corners. We're gonna use this one. There we go. So, unplug here, close there, and then release there. Open this, take that, open here, open there, grab the thing, abracadabra, patas de cabra. Hey, dude, there you are. Plug. It's gonna change. At some point it's gonna change. It's pretty decent, the weather. Nice, warm. So we're at 21% and we're gonna stay here for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, we're staying here at New London, Connecticut. Et voila. See you in a bit. Oh, and this is a shopping plaza. There's a Chili's. There's a Marshall's. What else is here? A tire alignment. Urgent Care, PetSmart. And then over there, there's a Verizon store. We talked about the Marshalls already. And then across the street, more tires. Staples. It's been a while. I don't remember last time I saw Staples. Yeah. Welcome to New London, Connecticut. Supercharger. See you in a bit. Fourth or fifth? Fourth charge of the trip. Done. We have enough charge to continue on. So let's continue on. Starting to think it's the fifth. Anyway, we'll unedit. We'll do a count and make sure that the numbers are correct. So we're heading to New Jersey. I'm gonna visit a friend. So I'm heading that way, but it's on the way. It doesn't deviate. It's actually like 2 blocks off the highway from where I'm gonna pass anyway. So it counts. And I'm not gonna charge anywhere there, just gonna find a spot to park. If there's any spots to park. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a short hello and keep on going. So 3 hours, 10 minutes to get there, and I think I know the reason for this is New York's traffic. We're heading that way. We're in Connecticut, and we're headed down. Gonna pass through New Haven, and there's some traffic in there as well. And then we're gonna pass through North New York City. I don't know if this is Bronx. I don't know if we entered the city or not. Yeah, I think we passed through the Bronx a little bit, and then the Upper West Side, and then into New Jersey, and then that's it. No charge, no more charging. The reason that it's gonna take 3 hours again is the traffic. We're gonna enter New York, and that's gonna take the longest. Anyway, gotta do. So let's go. Let's go. And saying hello and saying goodbye to New Haven, Connecticut. We got the water over in that end, and then the city is a medium, small city. Pretty. Traffic sucks though. But they have a very nice view. Reminds me of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. For some reason it reminds me of it. But all I've seen is probably a 3-minute side from the highway. So anyway, New Haven, Connecticut. I got 2 hours 29 minutes left before I make it to my destination in New Jersey. And even though it's only 85 miles. But now you can see why I just picked the worst time to enter this area. This is the densest area on this side of the road trip. Well, what you gonna do? Glad the cruise control, I got to learn what works. I'm glad I made it work. I'm glad it's working. So yeah, I gotta do the steering, but no pedals, and that's the best thing you can have in a traffic like this. Fantastic. So let's go, or stop and go, and stop and go, and stop and go, and stop and go. But gladly, I don't have to do anything with the pedals for the stop and go. Let's go. Making our way down this Connecticut highway. It's a really pretty ride. It's busy. It's a lot of traffic, but it's a very pretty ride. Very chill ride. Lots of trees and bridges. There's a bunch of bridges, but they're all like made of stone. Like they're 200 years old type of bridge kind of thing. And it is very nice. Check it out. And yeah, the window. I'm sorry about the window, but it's been tough to keep it clean of mosquitoes. It's been tough. So hopefully we can get a nice view of the outside, even though there is 1,000 dead mosquitoes just there. So try to forget about that and then just enjoy the road as much as possible. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following this far. There's still some way to go, all the way down to Florida. Cannot wait to see what's ahead. I will drive up to New Jersey tonight. I'll stay there. And Friday morning, it's already Friday morning, right? Yeah, I'll take off and then continue on heading south. So stay tuned and let's go. I'm not sure exactly when, but we're in New York. Arriving in New York, this is the Bronx Parkway. We're gonna move through it, and then we're gonna take 87 again south. It's a weird route. South up to, what is this here? One of the bridges crossing to Manhattan. Then we're gonna just cross the city on the Upper West Side highway all the way down to, don't remember the name of this bridge, cross the bridge, go into New Jersey, and that's a wrap. But for that little magic trick, that's gonna take another 1 hour and 14 minutes. Yeah. So, you know what I'm gonna say.
Now take
Let's
exit
go!
4 and 4S on the right.
Which one? I've been coming and going to New York for the last 17 years. The first time, no, well, not that long. Or has it been that long? I don't know. The first time I came to New York was in 2008. Sometime in 2008, like January 2008, something like that. It was freezing. And I went everywhere walking. I was young. And I didn't care about the weather. I did care about the weather. It was boring, and I got lost a couple of times. I stayed at this hostel in Brooklyn, and what a rough experience that was. Weird experience. It's not like, it was weird for the most part because I was coming from Europe, and hostels there are fun, friendly places for the most part, I guess. You meet people from everywhere, and it's chill. This place in Brooklyn was awkward, was weird. It had all the features that any hostel got. A main place, a main room where there's a little kitchen, everybody keeps their food and blah blah blah, everything, a room for TV, and it was, think about the timing, 2008, so there was a few computers available for anybody who needed to use some internet, like an internet cafe kind of thing. So, see how far are we going? How far back are we going? And then people was awkward. I had a couple interactions with a couple people in the hostel, and they were odd. It was like they didn't want to interact with others. And one guy especially, I remember just being annoyed by the fact that I was sitting at a table having my breakfast or something like that, and I don't know. It was a weird experience. It was weird. The whole thing was weird. When I landed, I got a taxi to the hostel, and first time riding one of those huge taxis. Because in England, I rode the black cab, and those are huge too. But here in America, they had the big Lincolns and the regular standard yellow huge cars. And then, of course, there was no conversation with the driver, none at all. When I was pretty late when I landed and I arrived in my hostel, so next day, when I made my way out of it and into the subway and out into Manhattan, what a weird experience that was. It was crazy. I was used to politeness because, again, I was coming from London, so I was used to things being, or people being polite. I was used to people, trying to help you in a
In
polite
1
manner.
mile, take exit 7NS on the right toward US 1.
So please, thank you, kind of thing for everything, and slow down and taking their time to explain you things when you couldn't understand, and that kind of things. When I got here, hostel was the first ingredient of that mix, and then after that, the subway station next. It was horrible. It was horrible. I had no idea how to get a ticket, how to get a pass, or whatever you call it. So I went to the booth where there was a person selling tickets, and no hello, no hi, no nothing. What do you want? What do you want? That was right away the first interaction I had with a subway employee back in 2008. And yeah, that's how it began. I had friends here, so I spent some time with them over in Brooklyn. That was fun. And then I spent a couple days, 2 or 3 days that time, in between Brooklyn and Manhattan. And it was a fun time. Brooklyn was starting to... It was the time that all the hipsters took over, and the place was being gentrified heavily, but it was still the most affordable place to go. If you were a young person, if you needed a place to stay in New York, you couldn't afford Manhattan, you went to Brooklyn, you went to any of the hostels there, and you could find cheap accommodation. But that doesn't enable anybody to be rude. I'm sorry. Anyway, and what's my next exit? 7NS here. I gotta take this exit. Wait, car, wait. I gotta get out of here. Oh, great. My friends, the friends I had here in New York were I met in Europe. So, yeah, not too much history around that. It was, fun people. Hipsters, weirdos, the kind of people that study art or photography or those sort of things. Yeah, and then I ended up moving to the US towards the end of that year, and but I didn't come to New York at that time. I think it took me a couple years, 2 or 3 years, to come back for something. What was it that I came for? It was a Thanksgiving, I think, Macy's Day Parade. Something like that, and it was freezing, and I was, yeah, no, that's personal. I was in a relationship, and it was great until it wasn't, and there was a little problem. We had a little problem that time. Got resolved, at least for that time. Got resolved. We went back to Illinois, and we kept living for a little bit, for a while, and we had good times, but we also had bad times, and eventually ended.
Now take exit 7NS on the right.
7NS on the right. You got it, we're here.
In 1,000 feet, take exit 7S on the left.
So, but then again, long story short, that was my second time coming to New York, and then some friends moved down here, and then I started to come more often. It was summer. I would come almost every summer for like 3-4 years in a row.
Now take exit 7S on the left.
I would be here in New York for one reason or another, either by friends who were living here at the time, or because friend from somewhere else would come. I would meet with them here. So many reasons I would spend a lot of time here. It was fun, expensive fun though, but fun nonetheless. I did a few photo shoots here for friends, for their weddings. It was fun, lots of fun. And then, that was a while ago. Whew, I don't even remember how long. When was the last time I was in New York? A while ago. No way, it's gonna be like 8 years or something like that. So I'm back, and then I'm only gonna be back for like 4 hours, something like that. Gonna go through traffic, gonna make it to my friend's place, gonna chill, gonna talk, and just get updated on things for a little bit. And then spending the night there, but that's gonna be in New Jersey. As you can tell, we're doing the exit and we're going out to New Jersey. So bye-bye New York. And this is a first for me as well. Never been to New Jersey. So crossing this bridge, what we're gonna do here now, it is a first timer for me. Is it a bridge or what is it? What are we crossing here? Yeah, it is a bridge. Why? Just give me the same thing we're doing before. What happened? Cruise control unavailable. Why? It's just unavailable. There you go. There you go. It's back. I don't know why I was using the pedal. Yeah, lighting is great, right? Hope you're enjoying the view of traffic. As the sun sets over New Jersey. We're still 57 minutes away of a place that is 13 miles away. This piece is where we're gonna spend the most time, on 13 miles. America did not tell New York that it was a car culture country. They should update.
In 500 feet, keep right to take exit 1A onto Interstate 95
Keep
South,
right.
US 1
All
South
right.
toward New York 9A, Henry Hudson Parkway.
All right, you got it. Henry Hudson Parkway. How do we get there without paying a toll? Well, just gonna follow the GPS, as I always do. The Henry something, I don't see it in the signs. All right, cool.
Now keep right to take exit 1A.
Keep right to take exit 1A. You got it. It's 6:28. Of course, traffic is at its worst. Should have expected. But where did it go wrong? Where did it? No. Oh, maybe I stayed too long in Boston. No. I had the breakfast at McDonald's this morning, maybe. No, that wasn't either. I don't know. But here we are. Welcome to New Jersey. Right? Are we already there? We crossed the bridge, but that bridge, yep, that bridge crossed the river. No. Nope, we're still in New York. Never mind, we just crossed into Manhattan. This is Manhattan. And now we're gonna take the 1A so we can take the Hudson Parkway. And that's the nice view we're gonna have over the city and the water on the Hudson River.
In 1,000 feet, take exit 1 on the right onto New York 9A, Henry Hudson Parkway.
You got it.
Now take exit 1 on the right.
Easy peasy. All right.
In 500 feet, keep left toward New York 9A South. Then stay straight to take the New York 9A North ramp.
You're the boss. Lady on the speaker.
Now keep left toward New York 9A South.
9A South. All right.
Now stay straight to take the New York 9A North ramp.
Wow, look at the light. You'll see it in a second, I feel. Or maybe no. There it is. There it is, the most famous.
In 500 feet, take the New York 9A North ramp on the right toward Henry Hudson Parkway, Riverside Drive. Now take the New York 9A North ramp on the right.
Skyline in the world. On the right. Damn it!
In 500 feet, turn left onto Riverside Drive. Now turn left onto Riverside Drive.
My bad. Oh no, now we're not gonna take that. We're gonna take another route. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
In 500 feet, keep right to stay on Riverside Drive. Now keep right to stay on Riverside Drive.
Yeah. Well, I've never been on this side of New York either, right? So, hey. Sure.
In 1 mile, take exit 17 on the right toward Dickman Street.
Exit 17 on the right for what? Dickman Street. Choo. Ugh. That sucks. I wanted to do that route. Can I still? Nope. Now we're gonna go into New Jersey the other way around and over the bridge, and a more boring approach to being here. Well, what you gonna do? Digman Street, there it is. Whoop.
Now take exit 17 on the right. In 500 feet, turn left onto Henshaw Street. Now turn left onto Henshaw Street.
You're the boss. Where are we? I think this is Upper Bronx. No, what is this here? Fort Tryon Park. Never been around this area. Yeah, this is Bronx. North side. Bronx. Ah, damn it, I really wanted to take that route over. Shit. This is a really small place to park. Awkward place to park, if you ask me. Welcome to New York,
Now turn
everybody.
right onto Dickman Street. Now turn right onto Payson Avenue.
Okay. This place is so big and yet so small. When you see the footprint of it, it's not that big. It's just dense, really dense.
Now turn right onto Riverside Drive.
All right.
Now stay straight to take the ramp toward downtown Manhattan.
Okay.
Now take the ramp on the left toward downtown Manhattan.
We're on. Any chance we can get back into that nice little route on the... Look at the light, look at the bridge. So beautiful.
In 1 mile, take exit 14 on the left toward Interstate 95.
That's the part I didn't want. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Well, we got the Hudson to the right. We got the bridge right there. And that's it.
Now take exit 14 on the left.
Oh, you know what?
In 500 feet, keep right to take Interstate 95.
How about
Now
no?
keep right to take Interstate 95.
How about no? How about we just keep the original route? There you go. Set my foot down and said no today. Just gonna stick to the original route because it's more scenic. And I didn't know I could do it. And I could, so let's do it. Look at that skyline on the back. Look at that. So beautiful. So yeah, that pretty much sums up all my stories about New York. Not that exciting, really, much new. All right. I kissed a girl in a photo booth once. There. But other than that, that's it. One of those photo booths at these hipster bar in Brooklyn. But again, other than that, that's it. Nothing too exciting, nothing else. Oh. Well, no, that's personal. That's more personal. Came with my partner at the time, and we had a bit of an issue coming out of a bar, and kind of split ways that day for a while. We came back and stayed together for a few more years after that, but that night was awful. And what else? Oh, my friend got married here. Well, not here in Connecticut, not in Connecticut, in Long Island, and oh yeah, that's right. We went to a club here in Manhattan, and I had a very good time that night. It was very fun. Look at the lights. Never mind, I do have a couple of stories about New York. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that one. We got lost in the subway once. No, not lost in the subway. My friend, we were coming together because a friend from Colombia was coming, and he wouldn't speak English or nothing. So, and we came for my other friend's wedding, and we started together in Fort Lauderdale at the airport. But for some reason or another, we booked different flights. And my flight was coming to LaGuardia, but his flight was going to JFK. So, and this was back a few years ago. He didn't have a cell phone. He didn't have cell phone service here. So we agreed that he would be smart enough to take the subway up to a spot that I don't remember what spot was, and that we would meet there, and then we would continue on together to my friend's house.
In 1 mile, make a U-turn at West 56th Street onto 12th Street.
I don't know if the people that do the systems and that get all that stuff together realize this dude was completely lost, and not only he didn't speak English, he was completely lost with all the signage, with everything. I think it was his first time in the US, so everything was very foreign for him. Anyway, long story short, somehow the airline decided to send him to LaGuardia as well. I get out of my plane and start to walk out towards the subway, and oh surprise, dude is also there. Just made things so much easier. We got on the train, got on the bus. Where are we taking off? Here, 56.